One of my favorite cars on sale right now is the Mazda 3. Let's take a look at it here and find out just why I like it so much. One of the first things you notice about the Mazda 3 is the design. It's very dynamic and sporty, and the body lines give the car a sense of motion even when it's standing still. Here in the front of the Mazda 3, it has a large grille, and it has projector beam style headlights with LED running lights, and they're very slim and sleek, and it just gives the car a nice profile from the front. As we move along the side of the Mazda 3, the lines from the hood flow nicely through the fender and into the door. And from the side here, it has a nice profile. The short front overhang and long hood make it look kind of like a lot of rear-wheel drive sedans that have those same characteristics in the design. The bottom of the window kind of rises up as you get to the rear of the car. And if we come around the back here, the tail lights are also very slim and sleek like the headlights. And this particular one here is also fitted with a deck lid spoiler. This model is the Grand Touring, which is the fully loaded highest model you can get. It also features 18-inch alloy wheels on two 15/45/18 Dunlop all-season tires. Stepping inside the Mazda 3, we're greeted with a very nice and sophisticated interior. The dashboard has a pretty minimalistic design, and it just looks very European in my opinion. There's two interior color choices on the Grand Touring. This one is an off-white known as almond with various black accents, but there's also a two-tone black with dark brown accents that looks really nice as well. Behind the wheel, the Grand Touring features a 3-spoke leather-wrapped steering wheel. You have all your audio and Bluetooth controls on the left with cruise control on the right, and it does have paddle shifters. And the instrument cluster is a very unique design. It has a center-mounted tachometer with a digital speedometer. There's also a heads-up display that'll pop up out of the top of the dashboard here. The Grand Touring also has automatic wipers, and it has push-button start. The infotainment screen lives right up on the top of the dashboard here, much like you'll see in a lot of BMWs and Audis. It's a very unique system in the industry, as Mazda provides updates for free for 3 years, and it's open source. It does not support Android Auto or Apple CarPlay at this time, but Mazda has plans to release that in a future update. Also, it has heated front seats and a heated steering wheel, and dual zone automatic climate control, and just below that you'll find 2 USB inputs and also an SD card input for the navigation. The Grand Touring has a leather-wrapped shift knob and leather shift boot. Also has a drive mode selector here, and just behind that we find the electronic parking brake and all of the controls for the infotainment system. Have your knob here to select through the different menus. Also has a volume knob located here as well, and shortcuts to the radio, home page, or navigation. The trunk of the Mazda 3 is a little shallow compared to some of its competitors, but the opening is pretty wide. It does have a 60/40 split folding rear seat, and underneath here we also find a spare tire. So the trunk hinges are not really exposed. They're kind of blocked off with this black plastic molding here, and there it does have a handle here to help you close the trunk. Under the hood of the Mazda 3 Grand Touring is a 2.5-liter inline-4. Makes about 184 horsepower, and it can be paired to either a 6-speed manual transmission or this car's 6-speed automatic. This is basically the same engine as you'll find in the Mazda 6 and the Mazda CX-5. Mazda 3 is the sportiest driving car in its class, and it's also arguably the best handling car in its class. It features a passionate design and a decent range of technology, and it also has pretty good build quality. It was a quick look at the 2017 Mazda 3 Grand Touring.